A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke.
Glory to you, Lord.
Great crowds were traveling with Jesus, and he turned and addressed them. If anyone comes to me without hating his father and mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters, and even his own life, he cannot be my disciple. Whoever does not carry his own cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. Which of you, wishing to construct a tower, does not first sit down and calculate the cost to see if there is enough for its completion? Otherwise, after laying the foundation and finding himself unable to finish the work, the onlookers should laugh at him and say, "This one began to build, but did not have the resources to finish." Or what king marching into battle would not first sit down and decide whether with 10,000 troops he can successfully oppose another king, advancing upon him with 20,000 troops? But if not, while he is still far away, he will send a delegation to ask for peace terms. In the same way, any one of you who does not renounce all his possessions cannot be my disciple. My dear friends, the Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Are you interested in knowing what I did when I was a teenager? I'm sure that you are. I was born and grew up in Vietnam, and when I was a teenager, a very long time ago, it was easy for me to negotiate with my dad, and it makes my teenage years enjoyable. If I want to watch television before doing homework, I tried to persuade my dad, and often enough, the permission was granted. One day, my mom asked me to clean the house before going out with friends. I ended up guesting my dad to do it for me. But there is always a but. It is not easy. It is very difficult and even impossible to negotiate with him on one thing: going to Mass every day around 4:30 in the morning. When I said, I'm very sick today, my dad would say, "Okay, you are going to get better during the Mass." And he knocked at the door and continued to knock until I got up. Every one of us has a fundamental conviction, and that fundamental conviction makes us who we are. Without that fundamental conviction, our life doesn't have any meaning. In today's Gospel, Jesus talks about a fundamental conviction: the preference for Jesus Christ above everything else. We cannot commit ourselves half-heartedly to something that is important, to something that is essential in our life. In whatever we do, we need to put Jesus first. He is the center of our life. He is the center of gravity around which our life turns. Without Him, our life turns uselessly, meaninglessly, pointlessly. Now, we need to understand that we cannot take the advice of hating one's family literally. The point that Jesus was trying to make is this: if there is a tension between our love for Him and our love for other people, our love for Him should prevail over our love for them. In that situation, we need to love other people less than we love Jesus. And actually, in the Bible, there is an example where hate is used as a synonym for love less. In the book of Genesis, in chapter 29, verse 30, we are told that Jacob loved Rachel more than he loved Leah. And one verse after that, in verse 31, we are told that the Lord saw that Leah was hated. So from the first sentence, it is about loving less. Jacob loved Rachel more than he loved Leah. To the second sentence, where the verb to hate was used, the Lord saw that Leah was hated. So to hate can mean to love less. And so Jesus' teaching invites us to think about our priority. We need to love Him above everything else. And by loving Him, we know how to love one another. So our love for Jesus is a training process, helping us to know how to love one another. We need to love Him above everything because He is love in person. And when we know how to love Him, we will know how to love one another, especially those who are near and dear to us. And so, for the one who wants to build a tower, everything is negotiable, but not the completion of the tower. For the king who marches into a battle, everything is negotiable, but not the victory. Now for us, Jesus' disciples, what is the only thing that is not negotiable for us? What is the only thing that is not negotiable for you? The meaning of your life depends on the answer to that question.